Welcome back to Resistance Chicks. We're your hosts, Leah and Michelle. Today is Monday, July 31st, 2017. Putin has finally done what I would have done if I was him a while ago, even though I'm from the United States. What is this, Leah?
So the United States passed sanctions against Russia. As I shared on my Facebook page, Ron Paul says, checkmate Trump. He had no choice but to sign this bill. If he vetoed it, it would have gone and it would have been overridden. This I want to title "The Bernieites and the Libertarians Meet Together," because when you look at the vote on this, I was looking at the vote. 98 senators voted for it. Only 2 did not vote for it. Now I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you 2 guesses on the 2 senators that didn't vote for this.
But can I give them one?
Yes.
Okay, so given the tips Leah just gave you, the clues. Rand Paul was one of them.
Yes.
And so the other one was
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders.
So you guys can say, hey, you know, the anti-war senators are there. There were only 3 people in the House. Our beloved adopted Congressman Thomas Massie voted against it as well. So you can know that there are...
So when Lee and I tell you that our favorite people are Rand Paul and Thomas Massie, and when it comes to an issue like this, and we tell you, and we show you clips of them, that they are not corrupt, that they are there out of the goodness of their heart and truth, this right here proves that they are really the only good ones left.
So this wasn't just on Russia. This is on Europe. So Berlin's upset. So we're going to cover that in a second. But Russia has finally... when they
taken a stance, fine.
In December, when Obama put on sanctions, Russia laughed it off, brought in the U.S. diplomats' kids, and come celebrate Christmas with us. He's putting his foot down now. On Friday, Russia warned that they would retaliate proportionally after it announced it would seize 2 diplomatic compounds used by the U.S. and Russia, and added that it would reduce the number of U.S. diplomatic service staff in the country to the equal to the number of Russian diplomats in the United States by September 1st. Calculated by the local press as 455, it wasn't joking moments ago. Speaking in an interview on the Russia 1 TV channel, Vladimir Putin said that 750 American diplomats will be... Didn't I say that?
You said 50, but it's alright. Extra 5.
Will be expelled, as he phrased it. We will have to leave Russia as a result of Washington's own policies. A move which, as we previewed on Friday, would make the diplomatic missions of Russia and the United States of equal staffing. So, speaking late on Sunday, the Russian president said the time for retaliation has come. So let's just listen here to Putin. Oh, I can't make it big, so let's just
All right, we'll just read it. Let's read it so that they can understand it. More than 1,000 people, both diplomatic and technical staff, are currently working in Russia.
Работала до сих пор еще пока работает в эти дни в России.
755 of them will have to stop their activities in Russian Federation, and that's painful. The question is whether we have to do more and what kind of set of measures we have at disposal.
This makes me want to cry. I know God's going to turn out. The last time there were sanctions against Russia, they got stronger and stronger. I'm hoping they get stronger. Obviously, there are...
I wanted to send a personal letter to Putin and be like, dude, there are those of us in the United States that support you and believe you and are glad that you have had a repentant heart, are turning towards Jesus Christ, pro-family, anti-GMOs, anti-Monsanto, pro-farming, pro-make Russia great again. And he's actually doing the things that we really wish Donald Trump would do. I would love if Donald Trump came out like Putin did and start pinning medals on, you know, people in America would lose their stinking minds. This is bipartisan of losing of the minds. If Trump came out and started pinning medals on moms that have like 8 or more kids like Putin did, they would lose their minds. No, depopulation, we have too many people, there's not enough land. We've been all over America, there's plenty of land. When Putin is pro-farming and stuff like that, Trump hasn't gone to like individual families and say thank you for raising your chickens, thank you for growing a garden.
So this is a big mess because you've got these sanctions against Russia for absolutely doing nothing. This was sorry guys.
No, it's for doing something. It's for not bowing down to the EU. It's for not bowing down to the United Nations.
Well, now the EU is suffering because of it.
But for playing, you know, their dog and pony show with them.
So some people are saying Russia's reaction was harsher than many officials had signaled, and threatens to cast the two nuclear armed powers into a fresh spiral of tensions. Russia has been demonized for a year. What do you expect? And actually, there are further actions that Putin could have taken, but he decided not to. Andrew Weiss, a former top Russian expert on the National Security Council and now vice president for the studies at Carnegie Endowment, the evil Carnegie Endowment, says this is totally unwarranted and disproportionate move by the Kremlin. So if somebody comes up to you, smacks you for a year, and then you come up and you slap them on the hand, and they say that is totally disproportionate. It's like
Patriot Gallery had something she wanted to add.
Well, it's just there is no proof that Russia has done anything against it. There's proof that we have been holding sanctions against Russia based on false accusations and innuendos when they're guilty of becoming a sovereign Christian nation and making their own choices and decisions outside of the globalist. And so this is a globalist idea, and it shows you how many of our Congress and senators are
single
globalists.
Stinking one of them,
we have
except for Rand Paul,
much proof,
and Bernie Sanders.
We have so much proof that we have chemical trails killing us. We have so much proof that GMOs are killing us. And did the Senate or anybody do anything against this? Or
we should have sanctions against Monsanto.
Let's have sanctions against our own Senate. Anyways, so I
think they're all being blackmailed.
Absolutely, absolutely. Tillerson tried to play it down. He says we will work closely with our friends and allies to ensure our messages to Russia, Iran, and North Korea are clearly understood. And he's trying to downplay it like this is going to help relations somehow. Now, Berlin, these sanctions are not just affecting Russia. New penalties against Moscow proposed by U.S. lawmakers violate international law, and officials in Brussels should consider countermeasures, the German economy minister said on Monday. We consider this as being against international law, plain and simple, Brigitte Ziepries told the Funk, don't even try, Median Group newspaper chain. Of course, we don't want a trade war, but it is important the European Commission now looks into countermeasures. According to the minister, the Americans cannot punish German companies because they operate economically in another country. Last week, both chambers of the U.S. Congress decided to impose new sanctions, and we told you about this. But the bill appears to target Russia's Nord Stream 2 pipeline that will deliver natural gas from Russia to Germany. The proposed expansion would double the existing pipeline's capacity and make Germany EU's main energy hub. The legislation seeks to introduce individual sanctions for contributing in Russian energy projects and target major sectors of Russia's economy, including defense, railway, and banking industries. The new sanctions have been criticized by several officials in Europe, including the Austrian Chancellor Christian Kern and the German Foreign Minister Sigmar Gabriel. And guys, this isn't just
every time
like you see international.
It's always about some sort of money, pipeline, something that makes something this massive take place. And here's the thing, guys.
And this could be what it was all about to begin with.
I know.
That's what Syria is all about, those pipelines.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, Trump signed it in because Leah said, checkmate Trump. Now, yes and no. I know that Trump's only been in there for so long, but there is a lot of the draining of the swamp that needs to take place so that these senators and these congressmen can no longer be bought off by the globalists. Because that's exactly what has happened. So when Leah and I say we will call out Trump at every turn where he makes a bad decision, I feel like it's not checkmate Trump. He is the president of the United States. I'm not. I still feel like if he wasn't so compromised in many other areas, he would be able to be a stronger leader in an area like this.
You're now seeing a tug of war between the branches of the United States government. Trump would not have put sanctions down. This is not his deal.
But there again, he's weak in this area because he's already compromised in so many other... And he's got Jared and Ivanka who are probably petting him saying, don't worry, Dad. It's going to be okay. It'll be fine. Look at all of these senators and all of these congressmen that have voted for it. And so it's all right. It's all going to work out. I'm sorry. I want to punch these people in the face.
So Bernieites and Rand Paulites unite. This is how can we cross ideological lines.
Right here, baby. Okay, this is Lee Michelle signing off for Resistance Chicks, where it is not just a conspiracy theory. If it is the truth, like this video, comment on it, share the heck out of it, get it out there on your social media pages. Follow us on both of our channels, Mass Faith 3 and Resistance Chicks. We love you. God loves you. God bless.
Russia, Russia, Russia!
I was cold.